The biggest lesson that we've learned and the biggest advice that we would give people that want to build an audience or a community is that there's a
Andrew and Pete's Atomicon,
an events company who attracts thousands of attendees.
featuring major names such as Fearn Cotton and Joe Wicks.
The event is designed to get great experience and to get them sharing. The event makes money because it's an event. Our priority is those people that have all bought a ticket getting a good return on that money that they've spent.
The average return rate for an event is like 5%, and ours is like 50-60% because it's a great event. Like, that is the business model.
So when we launched Atomicon, we knew it was going to be probably the most expensive thing we did. Till this day, our cash flow runs like 18 months. If I brought in this person, do I think I can make more money than that in 6 months' time? And the answer to that is usually. So we launched Atomicon in 2018. I did a really good haggle job, didn't I, on getting the venue. I called them up. They said, yeah, it's about 2,000, 2,500. I was thinking more like maybe 750.
Love it.
Thinking they would meet me in the middle. So she said, oh, let me just like go check. Yeah, we can do that.
No.
Yeah. Put the tickets on sale. And we sold 300 tickets in 5 days.
What advice would you give?
So
Andrew Pete from the Atomicon, the legends. I feel like you don't do that many podcasts.
You know what? We went through a phase of doing loads of podcasts maybe like 6 years ago, but
You got podcasted out.
we did get podcasted out.
Okay.
There's only so many times you can tell your story.
Tell the story, I guess.
but that's not your first question, is it?
So tell me, what do I need to know about your beginnings? No, we won't do that. Let's just go straight in at Atomicon. First and foremost, I came to Atomicon for the first time last year. It was on my birthday, 10th of June. So I remember it well. And it was phenomenal. I don't think...
Thank you.
There's obviously things like Ideas Fest where you've got all the different stages, but apart from that, I wasn't aware of good quality business events where you've got multiple stages to go to. The worst thing about it is I wanted to be in all of them at the same time. But it really was outstanding. I just got so much from it. Let's just hear a little bit about Atomicon. Like, let's just find out from you, why did you do it? What was the vision for it? And what is it today?
So we launched Atomicon in 2018. The first event was March 2019. We had been building our online community at that point for maybe 5-ish years. And we did a member survey every year. And one year, 20% of people in the "what else do you want from us" question, so unprompted, said they want a conference. And we were scared about doing a conference. Like, we had been to conferences. We knew what a great conference was. We built our business of going to conferences and meeting people, but we knew how expensive it was. We knew how much effort it would take to do it. So we thought, you know what, we'll do a small conference in Newcastle. So we found a venue in Newcastle. I did a really good haggle job, didn't I, on getting the venue.
Andrew's the best at negotiating.
And you
He's
need
so
to
good.
be with events because they get very expensive,
Yeah,
right?
they said, I called them up and I wanted to spend around like £1,500 maybe just for the venue hire. And they said, yeah, it's about 2,000, 2,500. I was like, I was thinking more like maybe 750.
Love it.
You know, I've watched like The Apprentice enough to know you go in low. Thinking they would meet me in the middle. So she said, oh, let me just like go check. She came back. Yeah, we can do that.
No. What a great start.
So I was like, okay, Pete, we're doing it. Got the venue.
Yeah.
So we like called our friends. We said, hey, will you come speak at the first one? And they all said yes. Like in an afternoon, we had the whole lineup, put the tickets on sale, and we sold 300 tickets in 5 days. And we were like, oh my God, you really did want an event.
We thought we'd only sell 80.
Yeah, we literally counted 80 members that we knew would buy a ticket, and that was our break even. And then 300. So
Was the venue big enough?
No.
Brilliant.
ish.
Just about.
They had like they said it held 400 people. If you were at Atomicon 1, you know they were lying. It was like we would say like, show us a photo of 400 people in this room, and they would send over a photo. And I remember sitting in our office counting them. And I'd be like, Pete, there's 250 people in this photo.
They're definitely lying. Yeah.
So we had to like hire the pub downstairs for lunch and all of this kind of stuff. But it was great, and we got the bug, didn't we?
got the- yeah, it
We had
was
been to
just
so
amazing.
many events, so we knew what made a good event. We knew what we wanted. We knew you had to go high on experience, make sure the speaker lineup was great, and then we were like, let's go bigger.
Yeah, exactly. So the
But
rest is history.
you'd been building a community already, right? So do you want to
Yeah.
just talk to us about that? What was the community? Because I think more than ever, it's really important now when you're building a business, when you're building a brand, it's about the people and it's about bringing people together. And I think then tie that into the in-person events are more important than ever when we're looking at the backdrop of artificial intelligence and the internet and all that. It's like people are craving in-person connections. So for anybody listening that's like, I can see the value in building my own community. Do you want to just talk us through that journey and what are your tips to be able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are here on a mission to help solopreneurs. We call them atomic businesses because they're small and mighty. You can be rich, you can be wealthy, you can make loads of money and have flexibility, freedom, and still be a small business that has impact and helps people.
Is that really
And that's-
possible?
That's what we want. Yes.
Tell us how.
It's all about building a scalable business.
Right.
And that's the key. A lot of people just hit capacity traps and they get stuck. So that's what we help people with, getting through those traps that hold people back and getting them onto a better path, a more scalable business model that's systematized, that gives them freedom, flexibility. There's team involved, there's systems, and you can help more people and make more money, right? And that's the basis of everything we teach.
Yep.
When it comes to a community, so everything we do is around that, and bringing those people together is great because they're all on the same energy level, vibe, they like each other, they work with each other, they refer each other. So it's a great community to be a part of. The biggest lesson that we've learned and the biggest advice that we would give for people that want to build an audience or a community is that there's a massive difference between an audience and a community. A lot of people say they have a community, but they actually don't. They have an audience.
Wow.
So the difference in our mind is an audience is people that know you, is like the leader or the head, right? They all know you, all your personal stories. They like you, they follow you, they trust you. That's great. A community knows each other.
Wow.
So they know everyone in that place. They have friends in there and they have bonds. And there's nothing better to build that community than an in-person event. And we've always done small gatherings. And then now, obviously, we do a bigger event. And now for our
That was
Mavericks
very humble,
Club,
by the way. That was super. No, we do a bigger event, a massive event, just to be clear.
and
And the
now,
Mavericks Club.
Now with Mavericks, we've got events built into the club as well.
Yeah.
So, but if you don't want to do events, because not everyone does, the real key is to get them to open up to each other, meet each other online, like mastermind with each other, brainstorm, help each other, open up, create a safe space to be vulnerable and help each other. And nurturing that is really important. And we've been very intentional with that. And the benefit of a community versus an audience is that if one person buys, that sells 10 more slots because they have friends that they go and tell.
Yep.
And you can't get that with an audience. In an audience, someone buys and that's it.
Yes.
But in a community, they buy and they tell each other. And if you do a good job, a good service, if you deliver results, that's going to spread like wildfire in the community. And then the FOMO builds. If these 100 people are going, then these 200 people also want to go.
Yep.
And if those 200 people are going, there's 1,000 people want to go, and so forth.
And it compounds. So, like, what I love about Atomicon is it literally does feel like a reunion. And I know that feels a bit of a cliche sometimes, but for us, it like really does.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see everyone come back and welcoming all the new people that are there for the first time.
And then the benefit as well is, because I know some people are like, oh, if you get bigger, it gets overwhelming and faceless. But what we've found is the opposite, because you can find more of the right people.
Yep.
So if you go into a community with like 100 people, then maybe you're going to find like 3 or 4 people that you might be a great fit for, match, or refer to, or whatever, want to collaborate with. If you scale that up to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people, all of a sudden that becomes 10, 100, whatever.
Right.
And so you can get better connections through more people in that community as well.
Excuse me, right, I've got an important question that I need to ask you. No, not the guest, you, the listener. Have you bought your ticket to Business Mastery Live yet? If you're not clear, This is our biggest event ever. Not only in capacity, we're going to have about 500 business owners, entrepreneurs, content creators in the room. Not only in the calibre of speakers, we've got people like Daniel flipping Priestley speaking on stage and Scott Thomas, but also because it's our first ever 2-day business event. It's happening on Monday the 13th and Tuesday the 14th of April. And my advice is this. In a 2026 world, it's so easy to just do things online, but actually just because it's easy doesn't mean it's the best. In my opinion, as somebody who takes visibility very, very seriously, there is no substitute for building relationships in the room. I know events cost more money, they take more time, energy and effort, but they really are, I believe, worth the reward. And also, you can rest assured we are throwing everything we flipping can into making sure this is going to be one of the best business events of this year. And not only that, I believe passionately that the calibre of events that we see in London and in America and all them fancy places should be happening right here in the north of England. And if you believe the same and you want to support us, we'd massively appreciate you. But will you do me a favour and buy your tickets now? Because I'm not going to lie, it's stressful with you leaving it till last minute. So please, stop just listening to this podcast, give it a pause, click the link below the show notes, buy your ticket, and then I can sleep tonight, and I'd appreciate it. Have you done it? If you've done it, now we'll go back to the interview. Thank you very much. Enjoy.
So one thing I want to touch on there, because you spoke on something there about you've got to nurture that audience. And ultimately, it's about giving a quality service. And like you said, creating a safe space, people feel they can open up. And to a degree, I guess that's you leading by example with that as well.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that are really good at marketing. There's a lot of, like, one of the things that I help people with is online launching. I love launching. I love the energy of a launch. I love the hype around a launch. And that's great. And people can have really successful launches. I'm thinking of things like memberships, building communities.
Yeah.
But then you've also got to give that same energy, love, attention consistently to really nurture, as you say, the audience. What are the tips around that side? Because I think for the people who are good at launching but not as good at delivery, what advice would you give?
It doesn't need to be as rah-rah, like all year round. And it's less about hype all year round. It's more about how do we connect as many people as possible. And in the beginning, when we were growing Atomic, and even to this day actually, but especially in the beginning, we did things that were unscalable. And like we put in the work and we did things that people wouldn't normally do.
Going above and beyond.
Yeah, for example, at the very first Atomicon, and we still do it now, but back then it was literally just me and Pete. We had like a matchmaker service where people would like fill in a Google form, tell them who we wanted to meet, tell us, not like literally, hey, I want to meet Pete, but like I want to meet web designers, I want to meet some accountants, I want to meet people who have a podcast, and we would literally introduce them to each other and say, hey, you're both coming to Atomicon, like make sure you know who's coming before. We would do things like every Friday we gave away a free pizza and we got everybody to share their wins.
Great.
And then we spun a wheel, picked a winner, and like I literally went on to Just Eat, got their address, found out what their favorite pizza was, and sent them a pizza. And then they were sharing in the group, hey, I just got my pizza.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Being not like gimmicky, but doing things that other communities wouldn't.
Yeah. And it's fun. It's fun stuff, right?
Things that people can share, things that people can get involved in. Like you've got to put in the effort.
And what you don't want to do is make it samey. The moment it gets like, every Monday we have an introduction post. And every Wednesday we have a share a win post.
That's a great.
Like,
you're literally describing my membership, by the way. I'm thinking, shit, edit this bit out. No, but this is a really good point, because like I can learn from you. We can all, because that is the trap, isn't it? It's like, how do you keep things interesting all year round?
It is hard, and it's so easy to
get rid of the Wednesday post, by the way.
Move it to a Thursday.
I'm like, oh shit, yeah. So yeah, what is like the tips around that?
Like, if you do that, like after like a few months, like those posts will get no interaction.
Right.
So like, watch out for that. So you just have to switch it up. So for example, when people buy a ticket to Atomicon or conference, they automatically get basically our community access as part of that. If you buy anything to do with us, you get part of our community. So it's like literally a community full of people that have paid something to be in there. It's a really great group. And we do things for them throughout the year to connect them and give them help and advice. So like it's not just one ticket, it's year-long advice and help and support and community and accountability.
Which is what people need, because I think that's the problem with some events in this space, is it's one day of noise and you leave with loads of notes, loads of overwhelm, and then very little implementation, right? And it just gets forgotten about until the next event.
Yeah.
What I love about what you're saying here is it's about what do people actually need, and they need ongoing support, ongoing accountability, ongoing community, right?
Yeah. And so we do things like, let's say we did like speed networking. So we like online via Zoom, like speed networking sessions. They were really popular. So we're like, let's do that every month. Okay. Well, after like 5 months, people are like, can't be bothered now. I'll just join the next one.
Right.
And if the moment they think, oh, join the next one, it's like, you've lost them.
You've lost them, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we switched it up and we did what we call hive masterminds. So you go into a room, you get put into a breakout room, like you mastermind with people.
Nice.
And it's facilitated and it's great. Like people love that. So that'll get like boring. And then we switch it to something else. And then we switch it back. And we change it up and we try to do new things.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not always possible to like constantly switch it up. But I do think that things get stale and boring quite quickly. And as a business owner, we see business as like a system full of cogs and processes that can be delegated and outsourced. And that's how you grow. The community is the only thing that's like, the moment you process it, you lose it.
Right. That's such an interesting point. And
it's
when
hard.
you say it, it's so obvious because people do get bored if it's too samey and you do lose them. Okay. That is really interesting and really useful. I am literally now thinking, take some notes because we're just about to get stale any minute, like
Free
yesterday.
pizza coming
So,
next
yeah,
Friday.
Get on Just Eat. Yeah, exactly that. One thing we spoke about earlier, then to the other point, before we started recording, is you said that you're great at hype. And that is one thing, because like to my point earlier, it wasn't saying hype's a bad thing. It's just you've then got to be able to follow it up with substance, right? Yeah. So when it comes to, in particular, selling Atomicon and the numbers, like how many people come to
about 1,500 people.
Oh my God.
Come into Atomicon.
And that first event was 300.
Yeah.
And that was only a matter of years ago.
Yeah, that was 2019.
Okay, two things. How have you scaled so quickly? And the other thing is, how do you sell now and how do you use hype in the right way?
So we went from 350 and then we booked the biggest venue, which is what we're currently at in Newcastle. And that's where we moved to in year 2. Like we loved the process. We just loved putting it together. It was like a creative outlet.
So fun.
So we got it to 1,000 people year 2, but then COVID hit. So right before Atomicon 2, we had to move the whole thing online. So then we had a couple of awkward years, like getting it back. So we had like a 600-person Atomicon. We had 1,000-person, 1,200. The venue holds 1,600, so we're hoping to get to 1,600 by June this year. And we have, every time people come into Atomicon, we noticed people love to share that they're there. We noticed that in year 1, when we go to good events, we want to share that we're there. Because I think if you go into cool events, it makes you look good as well.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to go from 300 to 1,000 in year 2. We just wanted to make it the most shareable event. So everything that we do, we create graphics for people that they can share immediately. We give them copy that they can just copy and paste onto their Instagram, onto their LinkedIn. And we make it sound like they're cool for going, because they are cool. It's like a cool event.
Right.
Everything at the event is designed to give a great experience and to get them sharing that they're there. Like we go really hard on attendee experience. The event makes money because it's an event. I feel like that's really important in this industry. Other events are used for funnels to get them into like higher ticket programs. They're making money through just the sponsorship. And like, don't get us wrong, we have sponsors, but like the ticket sales is like our number one income stream for the event. and therefore our priorities is how those people that have all bought a ticket getting a good return on that money that they've spent.
And even if I just think about that as an approach, some events, they're predominantly getting their income from speaker sponsors and things like that.
Exactly.
Which is a totally different attitude, because it's how can they get as much out of the audience to
Exactly.
make their return. You're saying, how do the audience get the most?
Like, you can't pay to be on the stage.
Yeah.
At Atomicon.
It's just not allowed. You don't allow
No,
it.
it's like we pick. It takes us forever, doesn't it, to pick the lineup?
Yeah,
like
this-
we're so
Choosing speakers is an art.
Yeah.
The events that make the audience the product are the ones that don't grow that fast or at all, because everything is about making money from the audience. Like, they sell the speakers to speak on stage, they sell the sponsorship, they sell the data in some cases, and they try to sell the high ticket items to them. And so everything's about extracting more.
Right.
Whereas with Atomicon, it's about actually helping them make more money
Yeah.
and grow in a great way and have an amazing experience. And the thing that blew us away one day was, because to us that was obvious. Like, why would you do it any other way?
Yeah.
If
Well, that's what I'm
someone's-
thinking. That's the core of anything, in any business, in any sector,
should
is what
be.
does the audience need?
Yes,
How can you serve them, right?
exactly. But what blew us away was another events team basically said that the average return rate for an event is like 5%, like 5 to 10%.
Wow.
And ours is like, I don't know, like 50, 60% or something. Like, people love the event, they share it, they come back and they bring fans because it's a great event. Like, that is the business model.
And we were like, why isn't ours more like 90%? Like, we were frustrated.
You try to
like,
figure out how to get.
we didn't realize that, like, we were
It should
doing
be
so
so
well
low.
on that.
Well, I won't name. Obviously, we're not naming other events. There's lots of good events. Go to them, whatever. But I was in negotiation with speaking at an event, and they said, "Oh, it's brilliant. We'll have 80% brand new people in the room." And that was like it's similar to what you're saying. I was
Yeah.
like, that's not good.
No.
Like, why is it not 80% returning? Because it was so bloody good
yeah.
that they want to come time and time and time again.
Yeah.
And it surprises me that that's the outlook. But I love that. I mean, that's the thing that's making you different, even though it should just be the thing that's
Yeah.
the go-to thing, right?
And like, when we go to this is why we love bigger events as well, because you meet more people. And even if someone's been to like the past 3 Atomicons and you've been to the past 3 Atomicons, you can still meet them for the first time.
Yeah.
At
Right.
the next one. So it doesn't, even though it feels like a reunion and you've got your friends that you know from last year, there's always new people to meet. Always.
So if somebody's listening and they're like, oh shit, I was just going to pay a load of money to speak at their event, and they've just gone, I can't do that. How do they get on your radar? You said there, it's like an art trying to teach, trying to pick the speakers. So for people that want to get on your radar and they'd love to speak on your stages, what are the things they need to know that are going to make them stand out and make them the perfect choice for you?
I think rather than say what will help people speak on our stage, I think it's more about what will help them get more opportunities that come their way, make them more money, and get speaking gigs easily. Or they'll get invited to, or if they pitch, they'll be more likely to get it. And for us, like, we ask for like proof that you can speak. So like, we want to see a full recording of you speaking on a stage,
Nice.
because people that are first-time speakers aren't good at speaking on stages typically.
I always
don't
say that
want that.
when I'm teaching. I say, like, the way you get good is by being shit. Like,
Yes.
you've just got to be okay with doing your first gig being a bit shit, and then the second one you might be a bit less shit, and eventually you become all right.
Yeah.
So for us, when we wanted to do more speaking, like, we created a monthly networking event, and at that event, we spoke at it every
Brilliant.
month.
Yeah,
For like 2 years.
Yeah.
That's how we got better at speaking.
Yeah. Putting in the reps, as they say, isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's lots of other things we look for, but the biggest one is like, you walk the walk. Like, are you really good at what you do?
Yeah.
And can you teach that?
Yeah.
So we want people to come away from Atomicon with loads of notes. Like, not like, oh, this is so beginner level. And
There's a
one
lot
of
of
the
generic advice from
Yes.
speakers, isn't
you
there?
know what really helps us is that the event is a multi-track event.
Yeah.
So there's 4 stages at any one point. Now, if there's, let's say, like a talk about YouTube or growing an agency or growing like a membership, those talks, because it's multi-track, means that people can choose that talk
Yep.
over a different one. Like,
Right.
let's say in the next one, there's one about podcasting. If you don't do podcasting, like, there's no point in watching that talk.
Right.
A lot of events will have one track. So all the speakers have to do a talk that appeals to everybody.
Right.
So if your topic is, say, podcasting, you can't do a good talk about podcasting. It has to be generic for people that might be thinking about it or have one or have one established. So the talk isn't good for that reason, typically. So I'm not saying you can't do a good talk, God, but there's lots of amazing talks and ways you can do it to make it broader, but also really tangible and actionable. Yes. But because we have the multi-track, the speakers can go really in-depth, advanced level tactics on something so specific that you couldn't do to a broader audience. So that's what we want, like tactical stuff. We want to see that. So if we're checking you out online, do you have like that one thing you're amazing at?
Yeah.
Do you have a niche? Are you known for something?
Yeah.
Like, well, why would we pick you to speak? But more importantly, like, why would someone buy from you?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, and if that's clear, your business is going to do better, and therefore you're going to be more likely to be picked to speak. And I think a lot of people chase the speaking gigs without actually building a business first that's worthy of being picked.
Yeah, completely.
Like, if you build the worthiness,
yeah,
you will get picked anyway.
Yeah.
The opportunities will come to you. Like, don't necessarily chase all the time. Like, yes, you want to pitch yourself and put yourself out there and ask big and big domino theory, but also have them come to you because you've got a good business.
Yeah. At the heart of it, just be really good. Like that's what you're saying, isn't it? And but it is. And I love also what you said, because they're two different things. One, have you done something like where you've done it really well? But two, can you then teach that really well? Because some people might have achieved great success, but they're not good speakers, or they're not good at putting that across. So I just think that, like, it's just good business advice anyway, is like, get really good at something. And if you're going to teach it, be good at teaching it, right?
A lot of the bigger events as well, they'll tell you what they're looking for. So if you go to like the apply page, it will literally say like, these are the 5 criteria that we're looking for. So like, feel free to apply. Make sure you cover these 5 things. When we first wanted to do speaking, we looked at the biggest event in our industry, which was Social Media Marketing World at the time. It was in San Diego. And they had like 5 criteria. You had to write a book. You had to be known to their audience. I can't remember what the other ones were. But we literally did all 5.
Right.
Because we pitched once, we got a no. We went and did all 5. We got a no. We went and pitched again, and we finally got a yes. 3rd time lucky.
Yeah.
But like I think most people, they'll see the advice and they'll think, I don't need to do that. But like the bigger events,
because people look for the easy way, right?
Yeah.
Like
the bigger events that are growing care about the speaker lineup being really good. Like when we announce our speaker lineup, you don't have to have heard of every speaker, but I want you to be able to Google the lineup, look them up on Instagram, and think, oh yeah, this person looks really cool.
Like, this is legit. They're really good at what they do.
Yeah.
So we all know that everybody is talking about AI right now, and we all know it's not going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, it's very much here to stay, not just in our lives, but importantly in our businesses. But if you're anything like me, you might just be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with it all, not really knowing what you need to be focusing on, what you need to do, or who to trust to give you the right advice. Well, do not worry, my friend, because I have a very good friend. If you're a regular listener to this show, you'll know she's already been on this podcast. She's been speaking in our membership, and she has been helping us develop our AI tools in Success School. The one, the only, the incredible Rebecca Whitney. Now, from my experience, when you see most courses around AI, they just move really fast, they use really complicated jargon, and it's taught in a way that feels like you already have to be an expert just to know what they're talking about. Rebecca Whitney is the complete opposite. And that is why I highly recommend her AI to Scale Accelerator. She doesn't use the complicated jargon, it's easy to follow, it's broken down step by step, and it will help you understand how to utilize AI in your business in a way that enables you to be able to truly scale. Now, if you're already a member of our Success School membership, you may just be familiar with a very fun, amazing chatbot called Mattbot, my very own AI chatbot that we have. Now, we have been getting incredible feedback from people who have been talking to Mattbot. For those who are not familiar, it's basically taken all my information, everything I teach, all my masterclasses, all my podcasts, and also my yet to be released full book that I've written. It has all this knowledge, and people have access to chat with the AI version of me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you've got that idea at midnight or 1 a.m. and I'm in bed asleep, which hopefully I will be, you can still get access to the kind of guidance that I might give you. It's been really successful, basically. People rave about Mattbot, and Rebecca is the brains behind creating Mattbot. In her AI accelerator, she will teach you exactly how she creates those kinds of things and how you could do the same for your business too. So basically, if you want to now finally grab hold of AI and truly understand how to use it, Rebecca and her team will teach you the systems that you truly need to know. And what is really lovely is because you are a friend of ours and a listener of this show, she is giving you the first 30 days into this accelerator completely for free. You know what you need to do? Head to the show notes below this episode right now, click that link, sign up, and start mastering AI today.
Talk to me about selling events on that scale, because we're about to do our 6th event. It's our biggest one yet, so it's going to be in the region of 500 capacity. Our previous 5 were around 150, so it's quite a jump for us. We had an all right start, so we sold tickets at the last event, so you get that little bit of an influx there. And then we've had it really slow, and it's just starting to get momentum again. And at the time of recording, we are 7 and a bit weeks away. And ticket sales are it's catching on now, and it feels good again, because it was a little bit stressful. And me and my team, we've been talking about, like, do we really want to do another event? Like, there's much, because it's months and months and months of work. And there's much easier ways to make money, in my experience. So, but if we was to do one again, theoretically, everybody's stressing now, going, oh God, no, don't do another. If we was, what are the things we can learn from you in how we can sell in a way that's maybe easier than perhaps it has been?
Right. So the launch on the day is an important launch. So we sold, I think, over 1,000 tickets in the first week. And
I'll do that. Whatever that is.
And I think,
500, I think.
I think 500 of those, maybe a few more, came in the first 24 hours, like on the day. So you need to make them a really great offer on the day, and then you need to remove friction from buy-in. And this is events and everything else.
Right.
So we have like a really good refund period, and it's like no questions asked. So the refund period you had up until February, so that's like 6-7 months, I think, after we put the tickets on sale. You've got to change your mind. If you want people to commit early, you need to let them have an out, because people don't know what they're doing in a year's time.
Point. Yeah.
You will get a chunk of them ask for a refund, and that's fine. You just need to like honor what you've promised them.
And just factor it in, right?
And factor it in. Yeah. So you need to do that. You need to, if you want people to commit earlier, we have a payment plan. So maybe about 35-ish% of people will buy on the payment plan, and they'll split it out. We have a really great affiliate model. So people will bring their friends. Some people love the affiliate side. Some people aren't bothered about using the affiliate. For us, about 30%, I would say, of our tickets come through an affiliate.
That's high.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty high.
And interestingly, it's not 1 or 2 that are bringing like 100 at a time. It's lots of affiliates bringing a few friends next time.
Interesting.
So I would do that. And then we sell the rest just through launches. So I think we're a little bit different to other events. From other event organizers, we've found they sell a lot towards the end.
Yep.
Where for us, like when we're 2 months out, the last thing we want to be doing is putting our effort into trying to sell tickets. Like that, we've been there, and that's tough. We want to make sure the experience is really good. We want to be like dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's. So we sell basically across 3 launches throughout the year, and we throw all of our eggs into those baskets.
Nice.
We do the one on the day, we do the one when we announce the keynoters, and then we'll do one closer to the event as well. And we rally the troops. Like we literally email our list. Hey guys, we're about to like launch the keynoters. Can you help us? And we'll just ask for help. And we'll tell them, we'll give them prep. We'll give them everything that they need to help us out in that week. And we just smash it. Like we don't do anything else for that week.
I think there's something else there to touch upon about just asking for help.
Yeah.
And I think quite often as business owners, and especially if we're building personal brands, we feel like we've got to put on a front and, you know, show that we've got all our stuff together. And as we know, nobody actually has. But actually, when you've been building a community and genuinely been serving them and giving value, when you actually turn around, and we've done it just this last week, and to my point when I said ticket sales are now coming in every day, which was not happening, and it's now, you know, every day we're seeing, sale, and it's like, oh, thank God for that. It's really good. But one of the things I did is I just went live to my community, and I just said, look, we've got 8 weeks to go. If you're aware of this event and you've not committed, I just want to know, like, what is it you need to hear, see from me? What do you need from me? And from there, the inbox just became full of people saying, oh my God, can I help? Or giving advice. This is what we've not seen. And I think that's a great lesson is don't be afraid to just ask from your audience, hey, this is where I'm at. Can you help?
Especially if, like, events are a great one as well, because I don't know, it feels different to like a course or a program launch. There's actually some kind of fun in promoting an event, coming to an event.
Yeah.
I find that with events, I find that with books as well. If you're ever launching books, people are more than happy to help. So yeah, ask.
And I think we ask around the shared mission to help each other. And so it's almost like if you like this event, if you love this event, if you believe in us that we're going to put on a great event, then bring some people, invite your friends. And yes, if you want, you can even join the affiliate program and, you know, you can get a little percentage cut of that as well. But a lot of people just do it because they love the event.
Yeah.
And again, it comes back to the event has to be awesome. The product has to be awesome. The membership has to be awesome. The course, the program, the one-to-one, whatever it is. If it is actually good, people are happy to share. And if you make it, if you give them the opportunity to look good doing it as well, that helps. So sometimes what we'll do is, or what we offer is, if you also have a community, then you can come along and you can do things and you can bring along your audience.
Nice.
So we have like a community meetup, members meetup, and people bring their audience to Atomicon, and the day before we do a whole meetup so you can meet your community in person, which people want. They want to build that in-person trust, and if they don't have their own event, that's great. And then they also get like a pin, badge pin, so they can like show off that they're a part of this community. And they get free Prosecco when they enter, and they get this private space, and it's nice. And that, you know, it brings them together. It makes them look good. And if you're making someone look good or make money, then they're going to be happily getting on board and sharing that, especially if it's surrounded around like a good mission to like help more people.
Right. And I love that you keep coming back to the idea of making it something people want to speak about, they want to share. Even when I think about things like social media content, I know a lot of the algorithms, or we hear from a lot of the social media people telling us that it's the shares that really matter the most. It's not just likes or whatever. And I think just as a thought experiment for people, think about what is it people want to share. And to your point, they want to share that they're doing something meaningful and, you know, like that's important in the world. They want to share something that makes them look cool or funny, and it's all the things that you're talking about there, right, is at the core of it. Speak to us about, you said earlier, you know, a lot of your mission is helping people that kind of get stuck and helping them overcome those blocks and scale their business, but in a way where we can have freedom and flexibility. And it's maybe sounds like, oh my God, I've heard this before. It sounds too good to be true. And people invest in courses, gurus, mentors, and they've not had that outcome. Tell us, what are the mistakes you see people making? Why do people never get through those blocks and actually build a business that they love?
So we could talk all day on this.
Let's do it.
There's so much.
I've locked the door.
Feel free to like follow up with more questions.
Sure.
But like the top level, people are too scared to do the things that they need to do to take their business higher. So, for example, if you are growing a freelance business where you are helping clients one-to-one, or whether you are like coaching people one-to-one, or you got a little semi-scalable group program or something like that, we find that everyone gets stuck around this like 70 to 100K mark. This is like the capacity trap. You don't have a scalable business model yet. So you're doing like one-to-one stuff, maybe some group stuff. And you can't grow past that because you've got no time to do business development.
Yeah.
Business development is the thing that's going to help you grow your business. And you need to do more and more and more of that till you're not doing the thing that you're actually, like, if you're a graphic designer, like, you shouldn't be doing the graphic design.
Right.
You should be running a business. You can still do, like, juicy projects. You can still enjoy graphic design, but the business model shouldn't be reliant on only you doing that.
It should run without you having to
Yes.
do that.
So eventually, if you get more and more clients, you're just going to run out of time to do any business development. And therefore, people get stuck. If they don't do business development, they go into, like, the whole peaks and troughs cycle.
Yes.
Because they're doing no business development, so the clients drop off and they lose money. Then they have to scramble around, and they've not been building their audience or the sales processes, so that's really hard. So they're not in demand, so they can't charge more because they're desperate to get those clients. It's a whole show.
And it's so common.
Yes.
This is the common
Yeah,
story.
everyone,
And this is why so
everyone.
many people quit, right?
Yes, exactly, because the stuff is this it? Is this what life is?
Yeah.
Now, at that point, you've got 3 options, and nobody wants to do those 3 options. Okay, so you've got number 1, outsource. Can I outsource this? And if you're, like, a coach or a graphic designer, like, or an email marketer, or a freelancer, or whatever, a HR support person, you don't want to do that because you're the best at what you do.
Yeah, nobody can do it as good as you.
Right?
Yeah.
And then all the other little things around your business, like, you probably haven't built systems for. So it feels hard to outsource. And most people, if they do outsource, they do it wrong, they get burnt. And they're like, oh, I'd never want to do that again.
And there's the fear of giving that money away.
Yeah.
And like you say, if processes and systems aren't clear, then I've got to figure that out to then be able to teach that. And there's all this fear around it. So people just go, oh, it's too hard. I'll just ignore it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and the biggest one is I can't afford it.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the
so
one.
if you can't afford it, then you need to raise your prices.
Right.
So, but nobody wants to raise the prices because they're worried that they won't get more sales. And the
Right.
reason is because they don't have time to do business development because they're too busy with client work. So they don't feel like they can raise the prices. So what else can they do? Well, they can fire the clients to make more time.
Yep.
Do you want to do that?
no, nobody's coming in.
Nobody
yeah.
wants to do that. Okay. Crickets.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do at that point then is to have a more scalable business model. And this is why people then go and launch things like courses, memberships, group programs, etc., events even. The problem is they haven't built up their audience
Right.
because they've had no time to do business development.
Sure. Yeah.
So they'll launch a course and they'll get like 5 people in and they've put all this time and effort into it.
Yes. Yeah.
And like, it doesn't make them enough money to live. So they still have to do the thing that they were doing before.
Yes.
And then not only that, but they have to scramble to do that and scramble to keep growing this membership or course and the audience and improve that thing so that more people join and buy and retain. And so all of these things, people fall into that trap and it's so hard to overcome it. But that's what we live to do. And the answer is to basically follow the fear and do all those things.
Do all of them.
Fire the clients, build the scalable model, build the audience, raise your prices, outsource. You need to free up your time for that business development. You want to spend a minimum of like a full day on business development each week, plus a day for content. And if you can't do that, you're not charging enough in your other time. And then you want to remove yourself from doing the work as fast as possible. If the business model relies on you doing the work, you're not going to grow. So it needs to be a scalable model. And then you need to raise the prices, attract better people that are better paying. So the messaging needs to change a lot of the time as well.
Yeah.
Prices needs to be relooked at. These are hard things.
Yeah.
Right? If I was to say to you, okay, you're not charging enough, you need to double your prices. All of a sudden you're like, oh, no,
I can't.
scared, right?
Yep. Yep.
So, like, for example, we had this one lady come onto our program. She helps tutors. And basically, she was charging peanuts for one-to-one. So she launched a membership, fell into all these traps. Okay, she comes onto the program and said, okay, you need to launch like a higher ticket offer. So she launched a 4K offer, which was very, very scalable, semi-scalable, I would say. She's still involved, but she can take on, like, let's say 12 people or 24 people at a time.
Right.
So immediately in doing that, she went and sold that. Sales calls, a 3-week launch. We have a whole template for this. A 3-week launch. You get people onto her sales calls. You sell the high ticket item, right? All of a sudden, within like 4 weeks, she's got like 10 people or 12 people on that program. That's 40K.
Yeah.
She's just made more than she made the previous year in one freaking month.
But she did the scary
Right.
stuff.
She
She
did
put up
the
the
scary thing.
prices. She changed the messages. She changed
got
the
more
audience.
sales.
She had to do the sales calls. Nobody wants to do sales
Exactly.
calls. And it is, I think I've heard it said on articulated better than I would, but it's something like the magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding doing. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
that
nice.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's follow the
that's-
fear, we say.
Right,
The
yeah.
thing
Like-
you're afraid of, follow that.
With most of our clients, what we're actually doing is making the scary thing that they don't want to do less scary.
Right.
So like
That's your job, basically.
yeah.
yeah.
And like there's things that you can actually do to make it less scary. So like one thing you can do is look at your numbers more. Like most people that come to work with us, they've never looked at their numbers. So when we say to them, you need to outsource this, like you don't need to be doing that. That's taking up like a quarter of your week and you could easily outsource this. They say to us, I can't afford to outsource it.
Right.
And we
Look
say
at the numbers.
Yeah, and we say, well, if you were to bring someone on, freelance, it might cost you like £500, £750 a month to do that. When would you run out of money? And they can't answer.
Wow.
They literally can't answer. So like we
So it's
do
just
the
a story in their mind.
Yeah,
But they're
it's
not
a
actually
story in their
backing it up
mind.
with reality.
Emotional
They
decision.
make emotional decisions, and we used to do that all the time.
Right.
Like we thought we can't afford that, we can't launch that event, and it's just emotional decision making. So when we launched Atomicon, we knew it was going to be probably the most expensive thing we did. So we got really clear with our numbers,
Yes.
and like till this day, our cash flow runs like 18 months in advance with all our launches in, how much Atomicon is going to cost us, which team members we want to bring in. Because then it's not an emotional decision. You can say, hey, if I want to bring in this person, when do I run out of money? And it's like, oh, I run out of money in, say, 6, and sometimes you will. Sometimes it's like 6 months you might run out of money. But then the question isn't, can I afford this person? It's, if I brought in this person and I run out of money in 6 months' time, I've got 6 months now to actually make more money.
Right.
Do I think I can make more money than that in 6 months' time? And the answer to that is usually yes.
Always yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just going to take a pause a minute because I need to tell you about literally one of my favourite people in the business space ever. Jo Simpson. A lot of you who listen to the show may already be aware of Jo, but you probably don't know just how incredible she is. Jo is the founder of JK Business Services and also the profitable CEO. Now, I just knew Jo as this really lovely person who is great at networking, connecting you to people, and opening doors for other business owners. But she's also so much more than that. For over 24 years, Jo has been running a successful accountancy and bookkeeping practice, supporting ambitious business owners across the UK. Her specialist accounting team works primarily with online, retail, and service providers. So they truly understand how modern day entrepreneurs operate, including things like digital launches through to creating recurring revenue in your business. But Jo does not just focus on compliance. She helps business owners think like CEOs so that they can actually increase profitability, smooth out that cash flow, and have a business that actually pays them well. If you've ever wondered how much you should actually be earning in your business to fund the lifestyle that you want, cover all your taxes, and create sustainable profit, you're in luck, my friend, because Jo has actually created a completely free tool to help you work that out right now, this second, and it's really exciting to do it. Her target income calculator will show you exactly what your revenue needs to be right now to actually get that take-home income that you want. But more than that, when you download it today, you'll also receive her Profit First Manager tool, also completely for free. What that's going to help you do is create a smarter cash flow system right now. So head to the link below and enter the code SUCCESSCHOOL, all one word in uppercase, to go and download your free copy right now and start taking control of your numbers like a true CEO. You will not regret it, and either way, you just need to go and connect with Jo. She's blooming amazing, and she will change your business and your life. So just go do it. Right, there we go. Back to the episode.
And it's about, and I see this with a lot of people, is a lot of people that are good in the online space in terms of marketing and personal branding is usually they're quite creative and they've got personality, which quite often means they're quite emotionally led, right? Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule. And it is about bringing them to the logical, strategic side, because if you can have both, that's like the perfect thing. I say that as someone who is guilty for many years of not being the logical, strategic one. Right, again, it's usually we teach the things that we needed, right? And that was me. And like in my businesses, we've always had, my dad is the bookkeeper, and he's the polar opposite of me. So we clashed a lot, basically. There was a lot of, but you need that other side to it. You know, it's all well and good. We talk about entrepreneurs being risk takers and, you know, and being good at sales. We'll just make more money or whatever. But what you're saying there, it's a really scalable and sellable type of business. When you've got that much data and information and it's based in logic and strategy, everyone else can make better decisions, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We do it and we call it a reality forecast. And what you can do is, like, you don't need to be overwhelmed, because if we say like the word cash flow forecast, like people switch off. Literally, if you just type in like your income on a spreadsheet, like extrapolate the months as far out as you can go, like you can guess it at this point, and then you put in all your expenses and, you know, tax and things like this. And then what we do is we run simulations. Okay, if I increase my prices but lose 20% of my clients, is that better? Because I'll have like 20% more time back.
Right.
Okay. Am I still making the same amount of money? Can I outsource this? What if I run this offer? Or what if I don't do a launch in these 2 months and instead I run an online summit and grow my audience so that I can launch better with a bigger audience later on down the line? Is that a better scenario for me? And we run simulations. So that person I mentioned before who teaches tutors as a coach, she made all that money with the high ticket launch. That laid off the pressure for anything else that she literally didn't need to do anything else for the rest of the year, really. But obviously she wanted to keep growing. So she could invest that money in team and time. So then she did an online summit and she got sponsors. This is our idea for online summit. She got a sponsor to promote it, not to pay. Because more important for you to grow your audience, not to make money on that.
Right, yeah. Which again is your thinking to earlier,
So then you can grow your audience by a couple hundred to a few thousand, doing that very easily. But it takes a good few months, like 2 to 3 months of work to plan and prep and invite all the speakers, get the sponsors, promote it, have it, everything like that. It takes at least like 3 months to do it well. And in doing that, she is growing her audience, growing her awareness, growing her credibility, growing her email list. Off the back of the people coming onto that list, she can do a VIP ticket. So it's free, but a VIP ticket. And you could do other offers off the back of that. But essentially, she's now just grown her email list. Okay, now what do you think is going to happen the next time she launches? She can get more people on the program. And that'll give her more money. And that'll give her more time back because she can afford outsourcing. And she's got a more scalable business model. And she's got a bigger audience. And now more people will join her membership because she's got a bigger audience. Everything grows in the opposite way to the capacity trap. So rather than having no time, so you can't do marketing, so you can't raise your prices, so you can't outsource, so you can't fire people and all this, it's the opposite way. You get more time, you can market more, you make more money, you're more in demand, you make more money from that, etc. So it's more of a spiral upwards. And that's the key.
So you've mentioned a few times about audience growth being important and visibility and those kind of things. You've spoke about things like affiliates and collaborations and so on. if somebody's listening and that's the bottleneck, if you like, they just know they need a bigger audience. And I know we often talk about, there isn't a fast way and things like that. But just for the purpose of a podcast, like if people's like, what's the most useful investment of my time to grow my audience the quickest? What are the quick fire tips you'd give around audience growth?
So you need to find a big domino, we call it.
Nice.
So you could spend years and years and years collaborating with people that you perceive you are worthy of collaborating with. And we did that for a long time as well, where when we switched that event that we wanted to speak at Social Media Marketing World, we knew that would give us instant credibility. That was the first conference that we actually spoke at.
Wow.
Because we didn't like just do it by putting in half the effort. We listened to like everything that they wanted
And followed it exact.
So
you went against what you look for now. You went straight to the big event as your first talk.
Well, it's
So you blagged the system a bit.
a little bit, but also like in doing all this stuff to get to them for them to say yes,
You
you
were good
become
enough.
worthy.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
know,
Yeah.
That's what I was
That's
trying
the
to get
point.
at before,
Yeah.
like become worthy.
Yes. Yeah.
and
And we were doing all the speaking gigs at our event to get in
Yourself.
the reps.
So that was the reps. Yeah.
we
Gotcha.
were good at speaking
By
at
the
that
time.
point.
Yeah.
and the
love
other
it.
thing you need to think of is like, what can you leverage? Everyone has something that they can use. So when we wanted to grow our email list, we had been to Social Media Marketing World at this point. We'd been to some other conferences, and we like knew all of the speakers. We had like relationships with them.
Yeah.
So we knew that we could ask them for something. But online conferences at the time were like overdone. Everyone was doing them. And like to do an online conference, often the rule was you have to then promote it to your audience.
Yes. Yeah.
And we knew that we didn't have a big audience at that
Right.
point. So no one was going to say yes to us. But we knew we had all these relationships. So instead, and this is where you have to like think clever and think about what you can do. You could do this, I guess, as well. But we went to people that we knew in our local area that had audiences. So we went to someone that ran expos, and we went to like a media site. We knew between them, they had, I think, around 100,000, maybe 150,000 email subscribers.
Wow.
And we said to them, hey, we've like got all of these contacts. We're going to put an online conference on. Come and please sponsor the conference. And we don't want you to pay. We just want you to promote the conference.
Nice.
We got them to say yes. We then went to all the speakers and said like, hey, it's been like really nice getting to know you. We're doing this online conference. Will you give us half an hour of your time? You don't need to promote. We've got sponsors on board, and it's going out to 150,000 people instead. They all said yes.
It's an
They
easy
all-
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
They all
yeah.
said yes.
Yeah.
And even some of them even promoted it for us.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's how we took our email list from like 500 people to like 3,000 people in one go.
Yeah.
But it took a lot of work. Like it wasn't easy. Like it took a lot of work. It took a lot of time. There's not a fast track, but I think that was faster than growing the audience slowly to 3,000
Yes.
over time. Like
Yeah.
this is when we weren't making that much money. We didn't have an audience. We knew we had to get creative with it. We didn't have money just to plow into ads. That's how
yeah.
a lot of people
yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So we had to get creative. We had to use what we had.
Yeah. And I like you said the phrase made it an easy yes. And
Yeah.
it comes at any kind of collaboration. I always say it's like got to be a win for three people. One for you, one
Yeah.
for the person you're collaborating with, and one for the audience, right?
Yes.
But it's like, how do you make that an absolute yes for all of them
Yeah.
involved? Andrew, Pete, like the time is just flying by and we're going to have to come to an end, which I'm gutted about. But if people are hearing about you for the first time, how can they connect with you? How can they get into your world? And most importantly, how can they get tickets to Atomicon?
Yes. Okay. Our favorite social is Instagram. So go to @AndrewandPete on Instagram. Give us a follow. Tell us that you've listened to the podcast. We'll give you a follow back. And go to www.atomic.site. All of the info is there for Atomicon. It's June 16th, 2026.
Yeah,
So,
we'd love to
see you there.
hear. We'd love to hear, if anyone picked up any good tips on this, or if you'd like further explanation of anything. We're here to help and give advice. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you, see you at Atomicon, the event. That'd be awesome. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed the
That's been
podcast.
useful.
It's been so useful. And I will be at Atomicon again this year.
Yes.
And we need to look at bringing our community as well. And
Yeah,
is
we'd love
do you
that.
do
Yeah.
something the night before the main event? Is that
yeah,
right?
Yeah, so we could get you involved in the community mixer, get you some little pins for everybody.
Get me the
Some
pins.
Cisco for everyone.
I'll look cool. I'll share it
Replicas.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Okay, final question, and I'd love to hear from you each individually answer this. So,
Yeah.
final question that we ask all guests on the show is, what is your personal definition of success?
Oh my God, all the cheesy answers came to me.
Yeah, straight in.
Yeah.
I feel like this is what like an atomic business is. An atomic business is my definition of success because you're wealthy, because you're making lots of money in a scalable way, which allows you freedom. And the freedom comes from like the business running more and more and more without you, so that you get to spend more and more time doing the things that you love doing. And that's what inevitably makes it grow even faster as well, because you're spending your time on things that you actually enjoy. So when we first started, it was us hustling our ass off, constantly doing all the things we didn't really like doing. And the more we grow, the more I'm spending more of my time doing things I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Which then it feels less stressful, it feels less daunting, and you start to just enjoy it more. It's more of a joyous thing to run rather than feel like you're trapped in a job that you've created for yourself.
Yeah, we really wanted to create a business that didn't necessarily rely on us doing all of the work. So, like, two definitions of success, or two times I've felt successful over the past 12 months. Number one, our team is just rocking it so much where will sometimes check Slack, or I'll see something that's gone out on social that I didn't even know was happening.
Wow.
That I love.
Yes.
And I love that. I love that we've got a team that are really talented, that I have full trust in, that I don't need to feel the pressure of making sure everything is done perfectly and like goes through my eyes. And like the second thing, Atomic was never meant to be just about Andrew and Pete's audience. So at Atomicon this year, somebody came up to me and they said, "Hey, I'm so-and-so. What do you do?" And I was like, "Well, I kind of do this."
This is kind of my thing.
And she was then embarrassed. And I was like, "No, please don't be embarrassed," because like that's the goal. That's the goal. Building something bigger than us.
Yeah.
Nice. Andrew, Pete, thank you so much. This has been
Thank
amazing.
you so much for having us.
Thank you.
It's been
Thank you.
awesome.